I moved up for the first time in my life into a 90s apartment. For cheaper rent, of course. My favorite thing are the maroon red walls, but it's also making the space look smaller and stuff. To brighten up the space, I'm gonna paint one side of the wall and keep the colors of the others. I'm already loving the color palette. But there are two problems to this. One, I have never painted a wall before. Two, this maroon red is a pretty hard color to cover up. My worst nightmare would be spending all this time painting the wall for the red to bleed out and make the blue into purple. Not that I don't love purple. I love purple, but it would keep the space dark and defeat the whole purpose. So after a few deep dives on Reddit and YouTube, here's the game plan. First, paint the walls with primer, and then we paint the pastel blue paint on. Chad, I was so nervous. There is no going back now. Even though I had some hiccups along the way, I thought, hey, this is going pretty well. And then I ran out of paint. The wall was only half painted. I was too lazy to go back to Home Depot. So I kept rolling on the walls until they were perfectly even. Then spend the night praying it won't affect the blue color. The shade I chose is ethereal blue. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, even the name of the paint color I choose has to be whimsy. Very on brand for me. But it has me freaking out. Cause that doesn't look blue, it looks white. It looked nothing like the sample card I got.
That was perfect!
Once again, I have to emphasize my lazy ass does not want to go back to Home Depot again. The trip is way too long. So I applied 2 layers of blue paint in hopes that it will make it more pigmented and blue.
Done painting! We survived!
The moment of truth is here.
Very nervous.
Yes, the paint dried out to be the exact shade I bought it for. I promise it doesn't look as pale in person. The camera just makes it look like that. So my first time painting walls is a huge success, despite the chaos. Follow my journey to see how I'll decorate it.